Kendrick Lamar has always been one to very purposefully select and create his cover art. I mean, Good Kid, Mad City had multiple covers, To Pimp a Butterfly's masterful, beautiful cover, and Damn's simplistic presence acting as a precursor for that album. But now we're sitting here with Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, and this easily has to be the most intricate album cover Kendrick has done. Now, obviously, some might say, oh, To Pimp a Butterfly has so much going on in this cover, but I think the beauty here is in the little intricate details, so let's talk about them a little bit. The first thing I saw was the crown of thorns on his head, which is obviously a religious symbol and signifier, with religion being something that Kendrick has constantly touched upon, you know, whether that be explicitly or not explicitly. Religious themes are constantly flowing throughout Kendrick's music. You know, obviously he had a song literally called God on Damn. You know, that's a more obviously explicit example of it, but, you know, I like what this says because he is not only positioning himself as sort of like a god amongst men, or I guess Jesus in this sake. You know, it's something that a normal everyday rapper would not be able to get across with in terms of getting the point across of what it is Kendrick is trying to say here. So with him essentially saying, you know, I'm top dog, and if there is somebody that has to be sacrificed in this rap game, it's me because I'm the best. That's at least what it's told me. But even more importantly than that is he's got what seems to be his family in these photos. I'm talking specifically about, this might be his fiance, it might not. I'm not really gonna go and like study it, but ideally I think this is supposed to represent or be his family. And I want to specifically reference Good Kid, Mad City cover with Kendrick on it as a child, because I think that's sort of an obvious throwback of like, this is where I was then and here I am now. But more than anything, this imagery tells me that Kendrick has ushered into the new age for him, being fatherhood and taking care of a family. And that brings with it a whole new set of experiences, challenges, and things that Kendrick hasn't had to deal with before in real life. And I'm really, really anxious to see how he channels that through his music, because, you know, as we know, Kendrick has consistently channeled his life experiences through his music in beautifully intricate and articulated ways, and it looks like this is going to be no different. And also the setting of this, it almost looks like a dilapidated motel, but, you know, we have what seem to be covered holes in the wall, and so clearly not the ideal environment. And that's nothing new in terms of Kendrick's subject matter of talking about, you know, where he's been, how he got to where he is now, but reflecting on the past with the present's context and the nuance that he's built over the years. And also, the one other thing is Kendrick looks to be a firearm in his back pocket, basically, I think illustrating that, you know, no matter how dedicated he is to being a great father and keeping his children out of harm's way, some of what comes with that is being prepared yourself. From the way Kendrick's grown up and how he's talked about it in his music, if you don't have it, you might be caught without it, in which case you might be killed. And I think it's sort of a, grim reminder of, you know, no matter how far you go, no matter how far you travel in life, no matter what stature you have as the best rapper alive, you could still be in harm's way and not even know it. And in fact, you might be even in more harm's way because of your fame. And 2022 has shown that, you know, people will do some crazy things to even get close to the fame that somebody else has. So I think there's a lot of beautiful stuff going on here. I also think, you know, as a photographer myself, this is just a beautiful shot. The colors of it, it's all very purposeful. I'm so glad that Kendrick gave us something that he knew people like myself are going to be like, what does this mean? What does that mean? And that's the fun of it. People are like, you're overthinking, you're overanalyzing it. That might be true, but that's the fun in it. And that's what makes stuff like this so much fun, is because Kendrick has proven time and time again that his music is worth being analyzed. There is more under the surface than what initially shows itself. So why should this be any different? And we don't know now. We don't have the analysis out for now. So that's what makes this fun, is going into this, looking at it and saying, what can I pick up from Kendrick's other pieces of music from his discography, things I know about him in the popular culture, and just my own intuition, and just making it speak to me and what it says. And I think that's a really special thing that I think a lot of people gloss over and sort of label as sort of like over analyzing and that's corny, and some of it might be, sure. Some people make some weird, you know, conspiracy theory level, I think, assumptions about this, but that's besides the point. I had so much fun doing this, and I'm gonna have even more fun when the album comes out on Friday and I finally get to listen to it, because The Heart Part 5, if anything, got me more excited for this than this cover even could. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff. I have some huge videos dropping in the next few weeks. Please stay tuned. Like I said, please subscribe. It helps me out a lot. Thank you.